every single woman I've told is like, yeah, that's suspicious as fuck.
If you were like, yo, I haven't heard from Sofia in 3 days, I think you being kidnapped would be like the last thing on my list. Like, I think I would guess that you died before I guess that you were kidnapped. Like, spontaneously just...
It's a big ass empty van, practically. And the side doors open and the back doors are closed and he's just there and he kind of looks at me. And I was like, what the...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hits Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sofia. This is our podcast. It's called the Hits Podcast, HTS, no I. Today, what are we talking about? I think I still have some topics from last week.
I have a dream. I had a dream.
She's more than Luther King.
You the dream. No, it really isn't. But let me tell you anyways.
I don't like your face.
Well, joke's on you, because your face looks like mine. So, ha! Anyways, everyone says so. Also, guys, I have like what's the word?
A lot of energy.
Forewarning. I have a lot of energy today. Like a lot. It's kind of weird.
Can you just tell us your fucking dream?
But my dream. I had a dream, right? I went Mimi's. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, that's I went to sleep. Right? And I dreamt that I visited Oscar in LA. Right? But Oscar had roommates. Your friends were your roommates, right? Oscar had roommates. And him and his roommates left to go do like whatever. I don't even know what they're doing. But I was like, oh, I'm hungry. And Oscar was like, just eat anything you want. Like, just like in the fridge or the pantry. Like, just fucking eat whatever. And I was like, okay. So I found like these little like chocolate bar things. And I was like, ooh, that's yummy. So then I ate one. And then I was like, that was really good. So then I ate another. And then I was like laying on the couch, right? Because I was like, because that was enough to satisfy me, apparently. Like, I was hungry, but I just wanted chocolate. It was a dream. It was fake. And then I started feeling like not sober. And I was like there, and I was just like, oh. And then in my dream, I was like, I'm high. And I was just like, why am I high? And then I was super smart, even though I was high.
And dreaming.
And dreaming. And then I was like, the chocolate bars. And then I went, and apparently they were Oscar's roommates' edibles, but like a lot. And like, I was just like high forever. And for whatever reason, in my dream, I was alone for like a whole day, and I was just high, and I was like, and in my dream I was like, it's okay, like I'm gonna stop being high when they come and they won't know, and it's fine because you guys were gone for a whole day for whatever reason. And then I went to sleep, and then I woke up again and I was still high, and then you guys got there, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I was just like,
hold up. You went to sleep in the dream?
Mm-hmm.
Were you dreaming while you were asleep, or was it like black and then you woke up in the dream?
The second.
What the fuck?
I just knew I fell asleep and woke up again.
That's crazy, bro.
And then,
what's crazier? Because I've never had a dream within a dream, or not that I can remember. But that seems crazier to me, to be dreaming, and then like, because I think the dream in the dream, you're dreaming, and then you wake up in the dream, and then you wake up again. And that's the sequence of events. You're dreaming, you wake up, you're still dreaming, you wake up, you're awake. But to be dreaming and then go to sleep and to see nothing and then wake back up in the same dream, that sounds crazy to me.
It was just like, it felt like, just like when you go to sleep and you wake up and you don't remember having dreams. You know what I mean? It was just like, I just knew I went to sleep and I knew I woke up and I was still high, right?
And dreaming.
I was just like, and dreaming still. This was also crazy. In the dream. And I was just like there on the couch, and I was like, this is just my life now. Like, I'm just going to be high forever.
Are you sure you weren't just tripping balls in your living room? Like,
no, I was dreaming. And so I was there, right? And fucking on the couch, and I was like, I'll just wait till, and I remember thinking, I was like, I'll just wait till Oscar gets here, because he'll know what to do. Why would you know what to do? I don't know. But in my head, I was like, he'll know what to do. And so I'm there. And then you get there, And you're like, dude, what's wrong with you? And then I just started crying. And then I just started telling you about my day. Violent, yeah, just like, chocolate bars, I'm still high. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened. And then you like were there. Everything. And then I was like on the couch, right? And you were on my side. And I was holding your hand like this, right?
Yeah.
And there was two of you. But there was only one of you. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that it wasn't like two Oscars. It was just one Oscar. But in the dream, you were like on both sides of me. You know what I mean? And I was just there like, you know what I mean? Crying.
It really sounds
and then you're like,
tripping, bro.
Nah, I was asleep. I have weird dreams. We should do a segment of just like the weirdest dreams you've had. Because I have weird dreams. But anyways, I was there, right? And I was like, bleh, bleh, bleh. Right? And then you're just like, there. And then you calm me down, right? And then you started playing Fergie on your phone. The Fergalicious definition make the boys go loco. And then you played that, and then I was just like, Fergalicious definition. And then I was hyped.
Immediately started having a good time.
And then we were in a party, right? And I was still high. But like now we were having a party and there was music and there was like a bunch of people and there was like a bunch of like random ass like celebrities. But I was just like, yeah, like this is normal. Like, yeah, I fucking know Tara Yummy, or I know fucking, what's his, the Rob from fucking Love Island, the dude with the snake tattoos. He was like on Traders recently. He's been like on my TikTok, right? Just because like of Traders or whatever. And then there was like, and then Zendaya and Tom Holland were there, and like there was just like, it was just a party.
It was just an LA party, like, or just famous?
It was just an LA, yeah. And then I was like having a time, but then I got overstimulated because I'm still high, right? And then I was like, I'm still high, right? I was just like, oh. It was not a good time. And so I went into a closet and I just sat there and I was just like there, like by myself. And I don't know where you or your roommates went. And it was just like, I was just like, whatever, like I'm in a closet, right? And then someone opens the closet and then it's Rob from Traders and Love Island. And he goes in there and he's like, hey, Sofia, you good? And in my dream, we were just cool. Like, we were just friends. Like, he was just like a homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just a little overstimulated. And then he's like, you want to go get In-N-Out? And I was just like, yeah, I want to go get In-N-Out. And then I texted you. I was like, hey, I'm going to In-N-Out with Bobby. You want to go? Why Bobby? I don't know. But that was my nickname for him, apparently.
Yeah, does he go by Bobby?
You want to go? No!
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was like, what do you want from In-N-Out? I'm going to go with Bobby, right? And then we left to In-N-Out. And then I was just like, damn, fuck Oscar. I offered to buy him In-N-Out, and he just didn't respond. And I was like, I'm going to call him. And then I realized I didn't have my phone. And then I was just like, oh no. Because I was like, the last time Oscar saw me, I was freaking out on the couch because I'm high as fuck. And now we're in a party. And he's going to be so worried. And I texted him about this random guy because for whatever reason, you didn't know Bobby, even though we were homies, right? And I was just like, oh no, he's going to freak out. He's going to be so mad. Like, oh no, like, right? So then, and then you know how the In-N-Out lines are like super long, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, we gotta go. And he's like, but I'm hungry. And I was just like, fuck it. Go to Wiener Schnitzel. Because there was a Wiener Schnitzel right there with no line. I was like, go there. But I need to call my brother. Why I didn't just ask him to use his phone to call? I don't fucking know. But in my head, I had to go into the store to call you. You know what I mean? And so I went into Wiener Schnitzel and I was like, I need to call my brother. Like, can I use your phone? And they're like, you gotta buy something to use the phone. And I was like, okay, give me corn dogs, right? And then I just ordered like, a bunch of fucking food. No, I was just like, nah, like that actually sounds good. But no, so I ordered and then I got the phone and then I called you and then you didn't answer. And I was like, fuck, of course he's not going to answer a random number. And I left you a voicemail. I was like, hey, you're going to see this eventually. It's Sofia. I'm okay. Like, everything's fine. I just whatever. I was just like, it's fine. Everything's fine, right? And then I just sat there, and then Bobby was like, hey, do you want to, he was like, you want to go wait in the car? And I was like, no, I have to wait here. Oscar's going to call me back. And he was like, why would he call a random wiener schnitzel? And I was like, because listen, he thinks I'm kidnapped right now, okay? He thinks I'm like kidnapped. He's going to get this call because he's going to check his phone to like look for my location. And Oscar doesn't even have my location, but for whatever reason in my head, I was like, he has, in the dream, you had
in
my
her
location,
dream,
right?
I was important enough to have it.
Yeah. He had my location, right? And I was just like, and he's gonna see it still in the house, and then he's gonna find it in a random ass closet, and he's gonna be like, oh no, like something bad happened. She got kidnapped. And then you're gonna try and look at my location, but then you're gonna see that you got a voice message, and in the voice message now, like you can read what it says. And the first thing I said, it's Sofia. So he's gonna look at it, and he's gonna look at this number, and he's gonna be like, Wiener Schnitzel. No, she's not. And then he's gonna look up Wiener Schnitzel, and then he's gonna see the number, and he's gonna be like, yeah, that's Wiener Schnitzel's number. She's fine. You know what I mean? And then he was like, I'm gonna call the Wiener Schnitzel back, and like it'll be great. Like, and then we'll talk, and like it's fine. Like it's gonna be fine, right? And then you did call back, and then I was just like, I'm fine. I just wanted food. I'm with Bobby, and you're like, who the fuck is Bobby?
And you were like, don't yell at him. You're gonna ruin my love life.
And I was like, no, like I didn't want anything with him. He was a homie. You know what I mean? Whatever. I was just like, he's the homie. He's fine. But Dreamy was like, he's just the homie. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? I was just like, we're just getting food, you know? But I was like, it's fine. Like everything's fine. I'm here. I'm still high, but it's fine. He's trustworthy. Don't worry. He's not going to try anything. Like
he's not a bear.
He's not a bear, you know? And then we got the Wiener Schnitzel. And then you're like, okay, just get home right away. Just get home. Like, come back. And I was just like, okay. And then the food is finally like ready, and they give it to me. And then I open it, and I smelled it, and I was like, this smells so good. Like, it smells so good. And then I reach in, and then I go to like bite like the corn dog to like eat it. And then I wake up, and that was my dream. It was weird, right?
It's so,
anyways,
it's so interesting to me. This might come off really like privileged, but I'm joking, but I'm not joking. But I am, but I'm not.
He's not. Get mad at him.
It's so interesting to me how grown-ass women have like a real fear of being kidnapped. Because in my head, you're talking in your dream, you're like, oh my God, he's going to think I was kidnapped. I would never think you were kidnapped. I'm like, she's a grown-ass woman. Like, who is going to want her? Like, not like, you know what I mean? Like, in that sense of like, who's gonna take the time and effort to kidnap a grown-ass woman? Like, that's so much work. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm kidnap worthy.
No, but in my head, it's not the same as like picking up a fucking 3-year-old. Like, you could pick up a 3-year-old with one fucking hand, right? It's not the same as just like tossing the 3-year-old in the van. They'll fit in the van no matter how big they are, no matter how much space there is in the van.
What the fuck is a 3-year-old gonna do?
Exactly.
I'm more.
Hold on. That was a horrendous joke. Like, it was funny, but I don't even think we should put that. But you were talking about a grown-ass woman? Like, you know how fucking hard it would be to snatch up a grown-ass woman and fucking put her in a van? Like, do you know how much she can fight back? You know how much of a ruckus she can make? Do you know how, like, visible everything is? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so...
high.
I know.
Was high.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact... I know, I'm talking about that your high fear... No, I'm talking about the fact that your high fear derives from your real life fear of thinking you getting kidnapped is, like, a real possibility in your life, right?
Not thinking it is. It is.
Okay, but, like... In my head, but in my head, it's still like, who's gonna do all that, bro? Like, that's so much work. That's so much work. To kidnap a grown-ass woman? That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, you heard it here, folks.
It's not that I don't believe it happens. It's not that I don't believe it happens.
It's not that.
I believe it happens.
Oscar will never kidnap a grown-ass woman, but he will kidnap a 3-year-old.
No.
Because it's easy.
You should have said Oscar won't kidnap a grown-ass woman because it's too much work. But you get what I'm saying? Like, never
Yeah.
in my life have I considered the possibility of you being kidnapped. Or okay, I guess when we were kids it's different. But like now as adults, like if you gave me if you were like, yo, I haven't heard from Sofia in 3 days, I think you being kidnapped would be like the last thing on my list of what might have happened. Like I think I would guess that you died before I guess that you were kidnapped. Like spontaneously, just you know what I mean?
But like, okay, yes, but think about the dream scenario, okay?
No,
Imagine.
I know we're not talking about the dream anymore.
But let's talk about the dream.
I'm talking about my fascination
think-
with women's fear of being kidnapped. Grown women's fear of being kidnapped. Like it's interesting. It's like what? Like I get it, but I don't get it. But like it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to me.
But it
you know?
happens. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, but like how?
remember your
Like,
Phoenix story?
Yeah, I was thinking about that actually. But like even then, like how would they have done it? Not how would they have done it. I don't fucking know. You know? I don't fucking know. I'm not trying to say it doesn't happen. I'm
You
not
get a
trying
chlorophyll.
Shut
you
up.
get a chlorophyll rag, and then all you have to do is one good snatch, and just like And they
I'm
got
not
you.
trying to
They
say it
got
doesn't
you.
happen. I'm not trying to say I don't believe you if you say it happened. It's just like
Some people like they'll leave like flyers on your windshield, and they just catch you off guard. You know what I mean? They leave flyers on your windshield, and you're like, "Oh, what's that?" And then you go, and then they grab you from behind. And I think also why you're having so much trouble wrapping your head around this. Obviously, you have no idea what it is to be a woman, but in the sense of like how just like physically how much stronger men are.
no,
just
I know
naturally.
that. I think
You know what
women underestimate how much physically stronger men are than them.
You know that, but you don't feel that. So it's not you don't like you get what I'm saying? Like
I get what you're saying, but I disagree because I'm on the opposite end of it, so I know the difference between you and I. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is to be on that end of it, but I know the fucking difference. You know what I mean?
No, but that's what I'm saying, because you don't know what it's like to be like you haven't felt.
But also like but also in my head it's like scream, bitch, like fucking do something. Not that they're not. I don't fucking know. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like
that's very easy to say.
Yeah, it's really easy to say at the same time. But it's like I also can't like wrap my head around I can wrap my head around it conceptually, right? But in my head, do you know how many times I've ever feared of being kidnapped past the age of 17? Never,
0.
not fucking once for a single second of my life have I thought like, oh, I might get kidnapped one day, or like, be careful, there are kidnappers. You know what I mean? Like
that's why you didn't believe me that one story, guys. I'm pretty sure like I was almost kidnapped once.
No, that's not why I didn't believe you. I didn't believe you because you're an idiot.
No, I'm not, dude. Every single woman I've told is like, yeah, that's suspicious as fuck.
I think you guys are. I think that story is you buying into the stereotypes at a fucking 1,000. That's like seeing a dude with a mustache and being absolutely convinced that he's a porn star and there's no way he's not a porn star. It's that kind of thing of like, you're describing a painfully stereotypical scenario that in the stereotype makes sense, but in real life, like, why would it be so perfectly aligned to that stereotype? That doesn't make any sense.
And that is exactly why you can't wrap your head around the like it happens. That's the thing. You're saying it's like so like there's no way it's so perfectly aligned. There's no way this. No, that's how it happens.
No.
Yes.
So you're saying it only happens in situations like that?
Not only, but like that's definitely.
Tell a fucking story. Here's the thing. We're gonna start this story. This is what I'm gonna say. This is Sofia's story about the time she was almost kidnapped, according to Sofia. I think this is a story about a time where Sofia was fucking tripping. Go ahead, tell the story. I'm not even gonna interject in the story or nothing. Just go ahead.
Everyone take a shot every time he interjects during the story. Anyways, picture it. Okay, so little quick backstory to the story, right? Me and my family were in a car accident, and like we kind of got like injuries, and we were going to physical therapy, right? And we all kind of went at different times. I would always go like right after school, right? And this was like college school. And so there was this one time where I pull up into the fucking parking lot, right? And I pull into the driveway. And I'm there. And I'm just kind of like, I'm doing something on my phone. I don't even remember, but I just didn't get out right away. And then some van, like literally like what you picture, white van, right? Big white van, enough to fit me and like at least like 8 other me's, pulls up right next to me. And there's like a bunch of parking, okay? Like there's other spots. Like this person did not have to park right next to me. And my car does not have tinted windows, okay? Clear as fuck. You can clearly see it's just me and no one else, right? And then I see it and like I'm just like, yeah, like, and the windows are tinted. I can't see into the van, right? It's tinted. And I kind of like I'm move Cyrus. Cyrus is trying to eat my Alfredo, which is already mostly gone. Anyways, the van pulls up next to me, right? And I see like the guy like get out, right? I kind of see him like through, like it's the hood, the windshield. I see the door open. I see it close. And then I'm looking in my rear view like mirror and I see the back doors open, right? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll just wait till they leave. Like, cause sometimes with this specific like store, like this is vans. People work. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're taking like boxes. Maybe they're taking fucking stock shit or whatever. I don't know. Like just work. And so I'm just like, whatever. I'll just wait till he leaves. Stranger danger. It is what it is. And they're not leaving. They are not leaving. Okay. And then he fucking, what's it called? He's there. I'm trying to remember. I think I was there for like a good 10 minutes, like literally just waiting for this person to leave, and they're not. And then they close the back of the door, right? And then they like kind of like there's no one there, but I don't see them because I'm looking at my review mirrors. I'm looking at this one, and I don't see anyone go like into the building or away that way. I clearly don't see anyone going in front of me, right? So like the guy's still there, like behind his car, even though like it's closed. And I was just like, what the heck? And I wait couple more minutes and like he's just like gone, and I was like, nah. And at this point I was already like, this is weird, I do not like this, like fuck this. Like I said before in the beginning of the story, there's a lot of spots, so I'm like, I can move, I don't have to, he doesn't, I can move, I can go to another spot. So I pull out and the dude is right there, right? Doors are closed, and we make eye contact. He looks at me, we make eye contact. And then I see that the side door is open. And there's like a bunch of, like, there's like a thing of boxes, but then nothing else. Like, it's a big ass empty van, practically. And the side door's open, and the back doors are closed, and he's just there, and he kind of looks at me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, he was there literally doing nothing. He wasn't on his phone. He wasn't reading a book in the middle of the street for whatever fucking reason. He was just there, watching me. And Oscar thinks I'm crazy for thinking that I could have been kidnapped. Story over.
Sophia's convinced she was this close to being kidnapped.
I think I was so close to being kidnapped, and so does every other chick I've told. It was scary. Like, genuinely and honestly.
Here's the thing. She was also genuinely and honestly shook after this experience.
I was so scared. I was like, God damn. You can never relax. So like, if you ever think, like, nah, you're safe. Because this is the city I grew up in. I was like, nah, it's cool. Like, nah.
I'm safe.
Never fucking relax. Never. That shit was so scary. Like, I still remember how I felt then today. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you know, you know. But it was just so scary. Like I was so scared. It was so scary, and like not that nothing was happening, but like, you know how sometimes if you get scared, like if someone goes boo, ah, right? Okay, like something physical, something like, right? If you're on a roller coaster and it's like, and then it's there and it's like, ah, like, okay,
like, yeah, you know nothing was realized.
Like I wasn't like I think it's because like the adrenaline, like I felt like adrenaline without ever even fucking moving. You know what I mean? Because I was just sitting in my car. But like, no, I was so scared. It was scary. Like I was terrified. Anyways, I remember when I left. No, when I left, because I did the physical therapy. And when I was leaving, like I remembered, like there were these windows, and I looked out the window to make sure there wasn't a fucking, like, that car wasn't there. Because I was like, like, hell nah. It was scary. And Oscar
We
thinks
were
I'm
saying,
crazy.
I don't think she's crazy. I just don't, I'm not
We, as
convinced.
in
I'm
him
not
and my dad.
convinced that she was almost kidnapped that day. I'm not convinced that she was, if she had gotten out of her car, there would have been an attempted kidnapping. I'm not convinced of that. I don't think she's
I'm
crazy.
convinced.
I don't think she's crazy. I don't think that kidnappers aren't real. I don't think that women don't get kidnapped.
She just thinks that I wouldn't get kidnapped.
No, I just don't
'Cause
think that
I'm
that's
not
what's happening. I
profitable.
just don't think, I'm not sold on that's exactly what was happening. Because Sophia
I think that's what happened.
seems to kind of have, like, in her mind, she's completely eliminated any possibility of anything else happening that day. And I don't agree with that. I don't think driving a van makes you a kidnapper. I don't think driving a
never said
white
it
van
did.
makes you a kidnapper. I don't think
I never said
having
it
an
did.
empty van makes you a kidnapper. I don't
never said
think
it did.
parking next to someone makes you a kidnapper. Right?
never
But
said it
these
did.
are, yeah, but you're being a smartass now because these are all of the fucking
But
pieces of
it
evidence.
all happened together.
Exactly. So you are saying it did. You're not
Not
saying it
any individual
individually. You're
thing.
not saying individually, but you're still saying it did. I don't think driving an empty van makes you a kidnapper. I don't think standing at the back of your van with the door open makes you a kidnapper. Right? It's this type
Doing
of thing.
absolutely nothing.
It's the type of thing. First of all, you couldn't see him the majority of the time, so you don't know that he was doing absolutely nothing. All you know is that he was doing quote unquote nothing when you saw him when you were driving away. He could have been doing something half a second before that, and he stopped when you were driving away. That's a great way to illustrate my point. Is that, like, I don't think you acknowledge what you don't know in the scenario. You're kind of skimming, you're like skimming over everything you don't know and kind of disregarding it in this sense of, like, yeah, I don't know, but who cares? This is what I do know, so this is what it is. And that doesn't make sense to me, right?
You didn't see with the icon. You just
regardless
don't
of that.
know. Like,
regardless of that, you still don't know that he was standing there doing nothing the entire time. You still don't know why the van was empty, what were in the boxes, what wasn't in the boxes. You just don't know, right? So to arrive at this conclusion of, like, why would you stand there doing nothing unless you were waiting to kidnap me? Well, that makes sense if you know for certainty that they were standing there doing nothing, but you don't know that, right? You're convinced, but you don't know it. My dad thinks that he could have been like a delivery driver for, like, UPS or FedEx or something like that, which, when you make deliveries, that's the type of shit where you gotta log what you delivered, where, what time, this, that, blah, 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 and they'll do it on, like, a little tablet, little iPad. Not an iPad, but like a little fucking, like the shit that they do that the waiters will cash you out on at the restaurant, like that type of thing. You gotta log all that type shit. That would explain why he's driving a big van. Why? To carry the packages. Why is it empty? Because he's already at the end of the day of making his deliveries. Why are there boxes in there? Because they're going to be delivered. Why was he standing there? Because he was filling out the shit. Okay, I still got to do this. I still got to go here. I still got to fill this out. I still got to blah, 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 blah. That is a perfectly reasonable explanation. And you're just like, when he presented that, Sofia, and I'm sure all the other girls you've told this story to would also, just completely slap it away and throw it away. Like, nope, that's ridiculous. No way. No chance. That's what was happening. And that doesn't make sense to me. Why is it so easy for you guys to believe that there was a potential kidnapping, but it's so hard for you to believe that he was just a delivery guy? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, does that mean you weren't almost kidnapped? No.
I was almost kidnapped.
I don't fucking know, right? I can't prove that you weren't. But still, it's that kind of thing.
You're trying to.
I'm not trying to. I just, like,
I wish.
I'm not sold. I don't look at that experience and think, holy shit, Sofia almost got kidnapped that day. Also, like, in my head, I'm like, why would he just be rocking solo in broad daylight?
People are
You
crazy.
think he's just gonna grab you and fucking throw you in the van and close it up and no one's gonna see him and you're not gonna make any noise? And when he throws you in the van and closes the door, you're not able to run around and move and fucking try and get out and open another door? And when he gets into the fucking van to drive, you can't fucking be there trying to stab him or some shit? Like, that's also doesn't make sense if you're trying to kidnap someone. Like, if you saw two dudes and one dude stayed in the driver's seat and the other one's there, okay, that makes more sense to me. You know what I mean? But it's also that type of shit where it's like,
I'm gonna start sending you the articles.
You get what I'm saying?
Of, like, crazy shit. Because crazy shit. I think you don't I think because it's not even something that you have to worry about, you don't even realize how much it happens. And maybe I am hyper aware of it. Maybe I am overly like nah with it. But I definitely do think that you are severely underestimating. Fire scared me. Anyway,
I
sorry.
don't think.
They
I don't
attacked me
think.
from behind.
I think I'm more like. It's hard to say this without sounding privileged,
Especially
but I think it's the
because you
reality.
are
I think
privileged.
most guys are completely like oblivious to it, right? Like no guy goes about any moment of his day with this like awareness of like it's dark outside. Let me make sure I'm not getting kidnapped. I don't think that happens, right? That doesn't mean I wouldn't believe the numbers if you tell me this many women are kidnapped for fucking whatever the fuck.
I'm not saying that you wouldn't believe it. You're just unaware of it.
Motherfucker, you have the numbers right now?
But do you hear Cyrus?
No,
like,
I'm talking to you. I don't give a
attacking
fuck what Cyrus is doing. Anyways,
Got me good.
so it's like I don't know. It's just it's a weird
Anyways,
scenario.
you let us know. You know what I mean? No, it was terrifying. I was terrified.
Let us
It
know
was scary.
if you were terrified by the story. On some lighter notes, if we may, I have some funny shit that I didn't get to talk about last week. Okay, I have a couple stories. First of all, real quick, I was sick last week and my nose was super stuffy and runny. And you know how you have moments in your life where like you feel like really, really cool or really proud of yourself, where it's like, wow, I did that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then you have opposite moments where things are just like so shitty and so pathetic that you're
Horrendous.
like, holy shit, I'm a loser. I had one of those last
That's
week.
never happened to me.
Liar. I had one of those last week because I was sick and my nose was stuffy. And I was
And he
going
was
to
a
sleep.
loser.
And I was
Oh,
going
he
to
was going-
sleep. Shut the fuck up. Let me tell my story. And I was going to sleep. And I lay down to go to sleep, bro. Like this. Like this. And my nose was so fucking runny that
It went into your
boogers
mouth?
started dripping down my face. And I fucking wiped it and I turned this way to try and sleep on my side, and more boogers dripped down my face, and I turned this way and more boogers dripped down my fucking face while I'm trying to sleep. And it was so fucking annoying.
This is how.
And
are you
all
done?
I could do to solve the problem was stuff my fucking nose with tissues. And then I slept like that. And it's not, here's the thing. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that complicated. It didn't take like a whole lot of solving, right? But the first time I was there and it kind of started dripping and I was like, oh, let me turn. And I literally, like, it was one of those things where like, you know it's gonna happen, but I think most people wouldn't let it happen. But I just like wanted to see if just maybe it didn't happen.
It would actually, yeah.
And if it would actually happen, and not just the feeling of just laying there on the side of my pillow, with the side of my face on my pillow, and just feeling the fucking boogers and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. It was so like, I felt so lame.
It's so funny that you say that, and that's how you felt at the time. Because literally, Oscar was sick, right? And you know me was sick, and then he got me sick through the phone. Because then I got sick. Which actually no, I think Jazz got me sick, but that's neither here nor there. And my nose also was stuffy, and it was also runny. And I went to sleep, right? And I like laid down, and I felt it, like, because I could feel it, like it was. At first, when it was like congestion and stuffy, like and kind of runny, it was like, look, Oscar, it was like here, right? Like I could feel it like here.
Yeah.
And then I laid down and I could feel it kind of like do that.
I could feel it shift nostrils and shit.
I could feel it shift, right? And then I was just like, ugh. And then I could feel it like start to run down, and I was like, fuck this. And I went and I stuffed my nostrils immediately. Whoa! Ah!
Liar.
Jump scare.
First of all, bitch. Second of all, don't act like you don't know already.
That you're balding? I didn't know. You should try Dr. Group. Anyways, it started shifting, and I immediately was like, I'm trying to go to sleep. Yeah. Right? And like, I didn't feel any kind of like any type of way. So it's just funny, like, how we had like a similar, how
in your head you were like, yeah, I'm sick,
but
whatever.
How different it was.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's because I've been sick before and I've had runny noses. I've never had the booger actually travel like down my face.
It's
You know what I mean?
crazy that you let it travel down.
Yeah, like, because I didn't want to get up and go get tissues. And I'm like, am I really
No,
going
when
to
I'm
have to
sick.
take that? Am I
Oh,
really going to have to go to those lengths to not have boogers drip down my fucking face right now?
that was your first mistake. Okay, let me tell you. Let me put you on
Bro,
how to
why?
be
Let's
sick
stop
while
talking
you
about
live
boogers.
alone.
I got more stories.
No, but listen. When I'm sick, okay, there's always 3 things I do. I put my bathroom trash can wherever I'm sleeping, just right like by the bed, right? Just put it there. I take a roll of toilet paper and I put it on my bed within arm's reach. And I have a water bottle also within arm's reach, right?
Bro, are you
So
seriously game planning how to be sick right now?
I'm not game planning how to be sick.
You're like putting me
I
on
already
game.
did.
You're like putting me
I'm
on
putting
game
you
on
on
how to
game.
be sick right now.
Yeah, because if you game planned it before,
Do you know how
wouldn't have
fucking
felt like
lame
a
we
fucking
are?
loser.
Like,
I'm not lame. I'm just strategical. You're lame. You let it roll on your cheek. Ugh. Yeah. Twice. I didn't let it roll on my cheek any times. Anyways, that's what you do.
anyways.
It was disgusting. The first day I was sick, literally the whole trash can, like my bathroom trash can, it was like that big, filled with toilet paper for how many times I blew my nose. It was disgusting.
Anyways, that happened. It was funny. It was funny also. I went to Vegas over the weekend with my friends because they got invited to, because they're famous and they got invited to Power Slap shit. And
Did
they're
you
allowed
slap
to
anyone?
bring, they're allowed to just bring like plus ones. So they were like, Oscar, you want to go? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then we went, right?
Yeah.
And then the last day I was there, I had ran out of contact solution. So I needed some, right? And then my lips were dry as fuck all weekend because Vegas is a much drier heat than LA, I think. So my shit was burning and it was like all crusty and this and that, whatever the fuck, right? And so we were coming inside to the hotel from garage, and then they have like a little corner store right there, like built into the hotel
right
in
there.
between the garage and the lobby, right? And so then I had seen it, I was like, oh, let me go check here, see if they have solutions, see if they have this or that or whatever, so I don't have to go to like CVS or some shit. And then I went and I walked through it real quick. I didn't see anything. I didn't look very well. And then I go up to the lady and she was like, oh, can I help you with anything? Whatever, whatever. And I was like, off the top of your head, do you know if you guys have contact solution? And she was like, yeah, right over here. And then she walked and then she went and whatever, whatever. And she went right where I walked by and didn't see it. And they had like a bunch of little drawers on the wall where they had like the solution, the lip balm, the this, that, whatever. And she took it out and she was like, right here. And she's like, do you need the little case? And I was like, nah, I got the case. I just need the solution, whatever, whatever. And then I was like, actually, and it clicked in my head. I was like, do you guys have chapstick too? And she was like, yeah, we got it right here, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, and then Devin had come and he was like, oh, I need some chapstick too. And I was like, my fucking lips have been dry as fuck. And then she was like, it's because you're dehydrated. You got to drink more water. And I was like, I've been drinking water. And I was like, but we were also saying like Vegas is a lot more dry than LA. So it's probably like a humidity thing too. And she was like, it is, but it's more of a hydration thing. And then I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And she gave me the chapstick and she was like,
dehydrated.
Oh. And she was like, right over here. She's like, we have some water over here. We have like electrolyte drinks.
Oh, she got your ass.
The body armor. She was like, the body armors are like the best ones we have. Blah 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 blah. Like, go ahead and get whatever you want. And then she walked back. She's like, kind of just like, and like, right. And then I was looking at it and I was like, and she was like, this one and this one are the most popular flavors. And one of the ones that she pointed at was one of the ones I was thinking of. So then I was like, let me get that one. And then I got the water, right?
She got your ass.
Right. And then I went and I paid for the shit. And then we were leaving. And I started telling my friend, I was like, she was a good salesman, bro. And then he was like, I don't know. I think she might have been feeling you. And I was like, I know she was a good salesman because I also kind of felt like she was feeling me. And I know that bitch wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I know she wasn't. But for like just a tiny little part of my brain was like, maybe. And then I'm like, no, she just sold the shit out of you. Like, she went, asked if you needed the case. I said this. She recognized it, had the conversation, real friendly and helpful, blah, 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 blah. I walked out with 4 fucking things when I walked in there with the intention of buying one. And it cost me $35 fucking for a smart water this tall, a body armor this tall, one small little thing of contact solution, and one little chapstick.
She got your ass. You know how I know she's a
and then
good
I told him,
salesman?
and then I told him, I was like, usually in salesy roles like that, they won't get me. Like, because people aren't good at it. Like, I think being good at sales is way harder than people think it is, I think. And I've worked in sales before. And usually, like, you're not getting me. Like, I'm not. That's fucked up.
Just kidding.
I wasn't great. But I know when you're trying to sell me. Like, I know when you're trying, like, the fake enthusiasm and the fake acting like you care and the fake this and the fake, like, I know when you're trying to sell me. And I usually am very diligent about, like, no, I don't need that. I don't want that. No, that's not going to be helpful. No, this isn't going to whatever. But she did such a good job of having it all feel like a real, genuine conversation.
Authentic.
And I still knew that she was selling me, right? But
And
I
it
still
still
kind of,
works.
no, but I still was kind of like,
No, but yeah.
my lips are fucking dry. And I do want chapstick. And it does make
And
sense
I
to
am
me
thirsty.
that it is more of a hydration thing than it is a fucking humidity thing. And these are real electrolytes. And I don't have a fucking water up in the room waiting for me. And I don't want to fucking leave the hotel to go to CVS or some shit. So, like,
may as well.
Right?
It's convenient.
And I told the whole story to our other friend when we got back to the room. And my friend was still like, nah, I think she was feeling you, bro. And I was like, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She's selling your ass too. Like, no, she was not feeling me.
That's how she gets you.
She's just good at her job, you know? Bitch.
She was just doing her job. You know how I know she's a good salesman?
Why? How?
Because you're telling me the story, and I knew immediately where it was going.
Yeah.
when you were like, and what about the contacts? Oh, what after the contacts case? I was just like, okay.
That makes
after
sense.
That,
as soon as I was
like, I knew it.
It was so funny though. It was so funny.
And I'm a
it was so funny because
saleswoman.
It was so funny because I was
didn't mean to do
telling
that.
my friend, I was like, I know she was a good salesman because I, for a second, thought just maybe she might be feeling me. And then immediately I was like, no way. She's just good at this shit. And I was like, I know that bitch isn't feeling me.
And I know that she isn't either because you're telling me the same story that you were telling your guy friends. And not once did I think she was feeling you. Not once. Nowhere in the realm of my mind was I was like, yeah, she was trying to get it on with it. Like, no, not once.
That's so funny. That's so funny because also, here's the thing. We've had a lot of conversation before about how Sofia's claimed that like people will check me out and I'll be like oblivious to it. But the thing is I feel like most guys overestimate when someone is into them. Like, I think he really thinks that she really was feeling me in that interaction.
I believe you.
And I really believe that she wasn't, right?
I believe you too.
Right? But I think in most scenarios in that type of thing, most guys will be like, no, yeah, she was. No, yeah. Or like, yeah, so-and-so was checking you out. Or like, yeah, so-and-so was flirting with you. And I think most of the time they're wrong. I don't think it's the worst thing to operate under that assumption because like you never know, right? But I think most of the time guys overestimate when a girl is into them or when a girl is like expressing interest. But at the same time, I think I maybe take it too far where I think girls are never hitting on me. Like, so anyways, it'd be interesting. Like if you were there, I wonder if you would have been like, if you were witnessing it.
Maybe if I witnessed it firsthand.
Because also at the same time, like I wasn't necessarily like looking at her face the whole time. So I don't necessarily know like, I mean, yeah, she was pretty. She was generally good looking. So like maybe if you just witnessed it and just saw it of like, nah, the way she was looking at you or the way she was smiling or this or that or whatever, there's those factors, but I wasn't paying like all the attention to that.
To those factors.
But anyways, it was funny. It was funny because in my head, I kind of felt like she might be feeling me. And then I knew that she wasn't. And that sort of disappointment of like, nah, she wasn't. That disappointment was also simultaneously like, fucking bitch is good at her job because she had me going for a second thinking that she might be. But that's not a testament to me. That's just a testament to her being good at what she does. Fuck. Exactly. Like that sort of frustration. It was funny. It was funny.
$30.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's crazy.
I paid for it, and in my head, I was like, I need to be doing better in my life and for myself because this is the type of shit where I need to be here. I need to buy this. I need to not give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Give a fuck. Yeah. No, I feel like I definitely have like how you're saying, like I need to make this much money, I need to do that to not give a fuck, right? It's funny because there's a lot of things that I do feel like I'm like that now. Like I've gotten way too comfortable door dashing. Okay, way too comfortable, right? But there's also
You need to
certain
be
things.
appalled. You know what you need to do? You need to go through your bank statement for the last 6 months and
Dude,
add up
I
the
was
amount
doing
of
that.
money you spent on
Oh no,
DoorDash.
not adding it up.
Add
Not
up the
adding up.
amount of money you've
But
spent on
I was
DoorDash.
doing that. I was looking at it and I was just like, God damn, I'm kind of boring. Like, this is what I'm spending my money on.
You
Anyway,
said boring?
yeah.
Like, damn, there's so many better things I could be buying.
Exactly. But
Not I'm spending too much money. Not I should be saving. I need to get my priorities
boring.
straight.
Exactly. But no, but there's certain things where like I am like that, right? But then also there's just certain things where like I'm just not. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you won't catch me fucking buying toilet paper at Target when Walmart's just down the street. Cause it's so much cheaper there and like why? You know, it's like the same quality, it's the same. You know what I mean? And there's like certain things where like there's certain people who are like disgusted with
They're like,
Walmart. They're
ugh,
like, oh,
Walmart, gross.
Walmart, that's for poor people, right? And I'm just like, I love Walmart. I like it. If it was closer to my house, if the Walmart was where the Target is, because I have a Target that's just like right by the street, I would be going to Walmart all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not. And I'm also lazy. So for certain things, I'll go there. But when I have like because you know how sometimes when you're like doing your like grocery shopping, right? There's some days where it's like, oh, ran out of toilet paper, ran out of shampoo, ran out of whatever. When I have those days, I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Like I'll you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oscar, hold on,
What?
real quick. I'm gonna call back an episode, and you're gonna remember, even though you're gonna be like, "What?" To last year when we were talking about my Christmas tree, and you're like, "She's gonna have it up there for like months," and I was like, "No, it's gonna be down by the end of the week." And you're like, "It's only gonna be down by the end of the week because you don't want me to be right." Right?
Yeah.
You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Oscar will clip it right here.
I don't even know why I ask Sofia questions.
I don't know either.
I know her so fucking well. I could just tell you. I could tell you everything.
All right, do it. Tell me what's gonna happen with the tree.
She's gonna leave it there and just ignore it until she needs the space. Because Sofia's also like, what's it called? Not like crazy, but crazy. Where like every now and then she just needs change, and it usually comes in the form of like the arrangement of her space. So she's gonna need change very quickly, and she's gonna need space, or she's gonna have like an occasion, and then only then is she gonna go, fine, I'll put this fucking tree away just because it's in the way of my vision and I want to do this other shit.
Nuh-uh.
I'm giving it like 3 weeks until she puts it away. Or now, because we're having this conversation, she's gonna put it away this week so that in the next episode it doesn't come out and she'll be like, see you, bitch, I'm not lazy, I just put it away just cuz.
I don't like the way Sofia claps like fucking do it.
Because he's our editor too, you know? So like anyways, I hate to say this. I hate it. Literally gives me fucking like I feel disgusted saying this. Aches. But you were right.
I know, your tree's still up right now.
My tree's still up!
You lazy fuck.
But to be fair,
no, there's no myself.
Fair. No, yes, there is a fair.
No, there's no fair.
I like the ambiance of it. Like, it doesn't even have the ornaments anymore. Like, because I was going to take it down, and I took down the ornaments and the
then
star.
The room just feels empty without it, huh?
It's the lighting. I like the lighting. And my ring light doesn't light the same way that the tree lights. So I need to get a lamp. See? I could be buying a lamp instead of door dashing.
She's full of shit. Anyways, I have more stories.
Tell the stories.
I saw this video where the caption was like, struggles of being a boy mom. You can never get a decent picture. And the video is of some mom recording her son after she told him to pose for a picture. And this kid is literally doing this shit in the middle of the store. He's literally like this. He's like this.
What?
Like making like a little gun hand type thing and doing this shit like fucking ready to go. And then she's like,
Let's
no,
go.
like pose right. And then he fucking flips to the other
Goes
side.
the other way.
Right?
That
was
was
fucking
you at
hilarious.
Walmart with the Buzz Lightyear thing.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. I'll put that picture up too. And it was hilarious because it
Dude.
reminded me of our little 5-year-old, or how old is he now? Like 7? Our
He's like
7-year-old
7 now.
cousin.
8, I think, actually. I think he just turned 8.
It doesn't matter.
He's
It
8!
reminded me of our cousin because he's like that. Like his mom is always, not always, but every time there's like an occasion or an event or Christmas or this or a birthday or that, he's always making all sorts of faces. And she's always like, oh, can you just make like a regular smile
Normal.
and not look like an idiot? You know what I mean?
But he's just having fun.
I know. And so then it reminded me of him. I was like, that's so funny because when he graduated from pre-K, I took his graduation pictures and I don't know why, I was looking through all like my old files or old pictures the other day and I saw his graduation pictures. Bro, 99% of them, he's doing some like some face or some
I
fucking
can
like
picture it.
like some fucking goofy ass shit that he does. And we had to like reel him in to
Coach
get
him.
just the regular like smile. You know what I mean? And I was
Did you
like,
get
damn,
it?
that's so funny. Yeah, we got good pictures. But all the other ones are so funny to me. And then I was telling mom about it. I had sent her that video and I was like, I don't understand this frustration. Like, and the one with
It's
the
so
kid posing
cute.
all crazy, or he was doing like a Spider-Man thing like this
That's
or some
like,
shit.
you're going to see it when you're an adult and it's like, oh, like,
Yeah,
that's
in
how
my
I
head,
think, at least.
in my head, the mom was complaining of like, oh, I can never get a normal picture because he's a boy and boys are crazy. And then in the comments, one person was like, that first pose was elite. You're a hater. Like, fuck you. And then there was a bunch of comments, whatever. And then I was having the argument with mom and I was like, I don't understand that frustration. Like, what's the problem? And she was like, cause you're trying to capture these memories or capture these moments of having like this nice occasion and this motherfucker's acting a damn fool.
Fool.
And in my head, I'm like, but that's who he
That's
is.
part of the moment. That's part of the occasion. That's part of it.
Exactly. I'm like, that's who he is. He's a fucking dork. He's goofy. He makes faces. He does Spider-Man shit for fucking everything. Like, how is that not a plus? You know what I mean? Because
Honestly,
a
I
kid
feel
could
like-
stand there with a smile, and that's just a nice picture of your kid. But if your kid stands there like this when he's 5 and he's wearing his fucking tuxedo for his pre-K graduation, like, not only is it your kid, not only is it the occasion, but you have the real
Like, he's
fucking
that
like the
bitch, too.
personality in there too.
Yeah.
I think I look
No,
so
I was
cool
gonna
doing
say-
that right now. Like the depth of it. Anyways,
That's going to be your thumbnail.
right? And so I'm like, how is that not more valuable in your
They
head?
never grow out of it.
Right? I think you know how much I hate standing for a picture like this? I feel fucking stupid. That's why I do this shit in all my pictures. Like,
Well, when you look like that, no wonder you don't.
fucking bitch. Anyways, I have more to say.
Wait, real quick though. While we're still on that topic,
Hold on. I called you.
Imagine-
I said bitch like I meant it a
You
little too
meant it.
much, and I feel bad now. Anyways,
fucking pussy.
go ahead.
And I want you to know that I don't feel bad saying that. Anyway. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, but
feeling
you
that.
didn't mean it.
Imagine being that kid, always making like the like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And imagine you're an adult and you're going through it and you're like, and you don't have any, like, you really live through the philosophy of like, no, if that's what he makes, that's what he makes. And you have
That's
no
who he is.
pictures of just like, you know
Who
what I mean?
fucking cares?
That would be hilarious.
That's awesome.
That would be hilarious.
You know what I mean?
No, but you have to have a regular one. Because, like, what if they get kidnapped? You know? You can't be like, because they're going to be like, who's that kid? You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I crazy?
No. First of all, yes, you are crazy. Second of all, this took such a left turn. I was about to make a joke, but then I was like, I don't even want to joke about kids being kidnapped. We could joke about you not getting kidnapped. I feel like kids. I feel like kids of all ages and genders. I think because in my head, when I say
That's a real thing that happens.
yeah, like in my head, like when you're a grown woman who's scared of being kidnapped, that I can't wrap my mind around feeling that way. But a kid, like all kids, all ages, all sizes, they can get kidnapped, you know? Anyways, moving on from kidnapping. I had that conversation with mom and I sent her that video, right?
Yeah.
And then later that week, I get a FaceTime from our aunt. And I was like, she doesn't normally FaceTime me, but sometimes she does. What's up? And I answer the FaceTime. And I was like, what's up? And she was like, oh, I'm here with your cousin. the same cousin. I'm talking
What
about the
up,
boy, right?
cuz?
And she was
He's
like,
hilarious.
right now I was sitting here and I was just watching TikToks. And she's like, and when I watch TikToks, I watch them like over and over and over again. Like I'll sit there watching the same one for like 5 minutes. And she's like,
She used to do
even,
that with ours.
and she was like, even yours. As if ours were like supposed to be skippable or some shit, but whatever. And she was like, even yours. And she was like, and I was sitting here watching it right now. She was like, I was sitting here watching one of your TikToks right now. And your cousin was like, damn, why does Oscar talk so much? Just hearing my voice from her phone, right? And then we just laughed, whatever. And then she was like, hey, she was like, do you want to talk to him? And he was like, yeah, let me talk to him. And then he gets the phone and he's like, hey, Oscar, did you know that if you have a magnifying glass, you can make fire? And I was like, yeah, I did know that. And he was like, yeah, you know everything. And then he was like, yeah, look. And he gives her the phone. And this motherfucker, no, they're in the car. He's in the driver's seat. They're waiting for his mom. She's shopping. My aunt is in the passenger seat. My aunt holds the phone. She points the phone at him. He's 7. This motherfucker has a magnifying glass in his right hand. He has the window rolled down. He has his arm on the windowsill. And he's like, yeah, watch, it's gonna burn. And he's actively like trying to burn the back of his hand. And I was like, what is this fucking idiot doing?
Why
and she was like, because she was like, he's fucking crazy. I can't stop him. Like,
she's like, I'm trying.
She's like, I already told him not to.
Let him.
And she was like, I already told him not to.
She's like the mom. She's like the mom who tells the kid, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't touch the stove. And he keeps running and she's like, fuck it. He's just gotta learn.
He's gonna figure it out.
I feel like she's gotten to that point.
We don't do gentle parenting here, right? And so he was there trying to burn his hand. And I was like, you're supposed to burn ants, bro. Like, you don't have to burn yourself. Like,
no!
You can, well, first you can burn, well, you can burn anything. But if you need the thrill of the burning thing being alive, burn ants. You know what I mean? Don't burn yourself. That's crazy, right? Stop looking at me like that. Like you've never killed things. Sophia shot a pigeon in the face with a BB gun when she was 12.
I didn't think I would.
Yeah, don't look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Anyways.
I didn't think it would. I thought my
Shut up.
I didn't know it was.
Shut up. Don't act like you feel bad, all right?
I do. No.
He's trying to burn it. He's trying to burn himself. And then our aunt is still just having casual conversation where she's like, hey, don't you have a girlfriend now? And he was like, nuh-uh. And she was like, but there's a girl and you talk to her every day, don't you? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, and don't you FaceTime her? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, and did she FaceTime you this morning? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, what'd you guys talk about? And he was like, well, she called me, but then I didn't answer her because I didn't want, ow! And he burned the shit out of himself as he was telling the story. It was so fucking funny. And then he abandoned the story. And he was like, ow! Oh, that actually really burned a lot. Ow! Ah, look, don't do that. It hurts. It was so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny.
I fucking can't.
And in my head, I was just like, boys are fucking crazy. Like, fucking idiots.
You know how when you have cousins, right? Sometimes the older cousins, they're just kind of assholes sometimes. You know what I mean? And they're like, why did they do that? They didn't have to do that. Like,
okay,
like,
yeah.
They like scare. Yeah. They'll like scare you.
Or yeah, like torment you. Yeah.
Watch a scary movie, like in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
So, this same little cousin, that's crazy, right? He likes me, right? We're homies or whatever. In my room, Oscar's phone died. So story time with Sofia about how I tormented my little cousin with love. If you're his mom watching this. I think I've already told you the story anyways. Oh no. She already knows. I have these pictures. Actually, let me get it real quick. Oh my god, it's so dark. I didn't realize it was already getting dark. So, I have this picture right there, right? And then I also have these, which I haven't put up yet, but we're gonna put up eventually. Okay, go back right there. So I have this one that my sister made. Actually, she makes art and then she gave me some. And I used to have these up on my wall, but I want to get frames with them, which is why they're not there now. Right? And as you can see from both of them, their heads are not attached to their body. Right? So he was in my room one time and he like goes and he sees like the paintings, right? And he was like, oh, like, why are they like that? Like, what's that? Right? And I was like, oh, like, my sister, like, and I said our sister's name. I was like, my sister made them. And he was just like, what happened to their necks? And I was like, and then he was pointing to this one specifically, I remember. He was like, what happened to her neck? And I was like, oh, her husband chopped it off. And he was just like, and you would think maybe it'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this like visceral reaction, but he was just like, why? And I was just like, because she wouldn't do the dishes. Like he kept telling her to like do the chores and do the dishes and she didn't. So he got mad and chopped it off. And he was like, and he went like that, like, oh. And he was just like, oh. And then he didn't go into my room for like the rest of the week. And he would always just like hang out in my room. And then the next time that he went in, he like looked and he looked at the chick, like he looked at this one. And he just kind of like looked at her and he was like, and this is a week later, right? And he just looks at it and he's like, I don't think her husband was right for that. Like he's seriously contemplating, like, is not doing the dishes. Yeah, is that fair? Is not doing the dishes worth chopping her head off? And he came to a conclusion after a week that it was not fair. But anyways, it's funny, right? Love him. I'm glad that he like actually wasn't like terrified of it though. Because if he did start crying, I don't know what I would have done. I would have just been like, ah, fuck. You weren't supposed to cry. That's it for today's episode, guys. Oscar's phone's dead, so he's not gonna say bye because he hates you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment if you thought I was gonna get kidnapped, okay? Comment if you're with me, okay? Or comment if you agree with Oscar and think that kidnapping doesn't happen, okay? And it's funny. It's funny. I could say that. It's hilarious. You don't know. But Oscar just called me a fucking bitch. Because his phone said so. He can't even say that I'm wrong. Because I'm not wrong. He doesn't believe in kidnapping. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.